Kanye West went on a little bit of a rant on TMZ, and I generally ignored it because it's Kanye West. And then everybody
It's
started calling.
TMZ.
Yeah, and it's TMZ for that matter. And then I watched. There's a YouTuber that I watch regularly. He talks about all kinds of things. Sargon of Akkad. He actually did a little video about what Kanye West said.
The biggest thing that came out of this blurb from TMZ with Kanye is that he said that slavery was a choice of black people.
Mm-hmm.
And then
The internet exploded.
The internet exploded because the clip was taken and just that blurb of it was just
Yeah,
thrown out
it's
there.
like slavery was a choice. That was the clip
yeah.
that people showed. It's like if you actually watch the whole thing and you break it down. So he said 400 years of slavery sounds like a choice, and it's just like, okay, I actually had to look into this because like slavery isn't as big of a deal up in Canada as it is in the States. So I actually did a little bit of research on this, and this was rather interesting. So in the 1600s, a little earlier, a little later, depending on the country, slavery started, kind of officially. The slaves trade started. The country started getting involved in it, and that's the whole thing. The Americas were founded. Slaves started being imported, etc., etc. In the 1780s, the American Revolution happened. So that's the big American Independence Day from Britain and things like that. And that's officially when slavery started in America, 1780. So that would be 230 years ago. 230 years in America. That's it. I'm surprised. And then in 1865, around there, in 1865, slavery was officially abolished in the U.S. 1865, which was a long time ago, right? That's when slavery officially ended. Now, history is a lot more nuanced than that. I did much more reading, and from 1865, people found a way around the slavery law, but they managed to make blacks slaves in a way, but not with actually calling them slaveries. They just made up rules that got them arrested a lot and made them slave laborers, right? So you read that, and you kind of go, well, what Kanye said was right. And I had to go, and Sargon of Akkad actually shows you the whole huge clips from the TMZ interview, and you kind of go, wow, shit. Kanye West, in my opinion, has never been an intellectual, but when Sargon of Akkad breaks it down, he makes valid points. Is that Kanye West is right. Maybe slavery hasn't been a choice for a lot of people, but slavery has been officially over in the States since 1865. That was a long time ago.
See, I don't take it as that. I don't take when I watched this video from that dude, and when I first saw the clip, before I even saw the video of this dude, I went, what he's saying is being taken out of context. I knew 100% what he was saying was being out of context. And I've said this a lot of times on this channel. A lot of things that this guy said in his video resonated with me because I've said it a million times. And I'll say it all the time. When you think differently than the masses, you are looked at as crazy. What he was saying, what I took from this video is that we now, as a society, are making a choice to continue to let the past define who we are today. And he was saying we can't do that anymore. He's made a choice to not let the past define who he is today. Okay, so like a lot of us, when we're growing up, we're taught to think that we have to go work 9 to 5. We have to go to college. We have to think a certain way that, oh, you are the way you are because of the color of your skin. You are the way you are because you're male. You are because what you are because you're female. You are, we're given all these parameters at a young age of what we're supposed to be.
And Kanye West gives a really great example of this. He's talking about his daughter. And, he asked us, like, oh, what did you learn in school today? And his daughter said that her teacher said that your mother is white, but you are black. And at that point in time, Kanye actually went off into a really good rant of what you're talking about. She's being told she's black, and because she
didn't
black,
even know. She didn't even notice. When you watch kids interact with themselves with each other, kids don't see color. Kids don't see stuff like that. They just see other people. They just see other human beings. And I've said this before. I wish I should have went back through all of our footage, which is lots. and this video just made me go, yeah, this is the way I've thought for years. And people look at me like I'm crazy, and people look at me like you don't know what you're talking about. And they look at you as less intelligent than themselves because you haven't conformed to the masses and the way that the group think. Everybody got mad at Kanye because he said slavery was a choice, but they didn't look at the context to what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I don't believe in slavery right now as a society. I don't believe in slavery. Do you believe in slavery?
No.
How many people believe in slavery in this world? I'm sure there are a small portion of this world.
Yes,
but
slavery still happens. It still goes on. But as a general rule, people in North America disagree with slavery.
Yeah.
General rule, right? And it's like...
They look at, like, a lot of people, like, we look at each other as enemies. Like, black people look at white people as the enemy. And even that one TMZ reporter guy said it. He's like, we're the white man is the enemy type thing. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he mentioned it. And it's like, it just, this video, we'll link it down below because it's fucking a fantastic video.
Watch it.
It's 23 minutes long. Skip through the first, 5 minutes because he talks about it.
Yeah. He has a life, and if you follow his channel, there's a reason why he has the opening bit to it. It's fine.
A lot of things that Kanye said... This sounds weird because I don't like.
Yeah,
Kanye said a lot of smart things. Like he said a lot of smart things. Like we're not allowed. We don't think for ourselves anymore as society, which is true. We don't.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody thinks that It's like if you disagree with me, I hate you, and it's like okay, well, no, you disagree with me, but I can still love you. Like I don't like. Okay, yeah, okay. Or you know what? You make a good point. I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna reconsider my thoughts. Nobody does that anymore. Nobody thinks individually. Nobody thinks free. Nobody thinks... Because we're taught if you think free, you're different. And to me, it's just... I don't know, like...
When I first started off the video, he says 400 years. It sounds like a choice. Well, I just broke it down very simply. Obviously, history is a lot more nuanced than that. But it's like, yeah, slavery started 400 years ago. And since 1865, slavery has been outlawed in the States. So the fact that people are saying, oh, slavery... Just, who alive today has been directly affected by it?
Yeah.
Your fathers? No. Your grandfathers?
No.
Probably not, but your great-grandfathers?
Barely.
Yes. But, yeah, again, barely. Now, the civil rights movement and marching for equality, Martin Luther King, yes, they happened in the 60s. Those things might be more directly affecting, but that wasn't about slavery. Yes, it wasn't about slavery. It was about making sure that black people were treated as equal as whites. Just like women marched to be treated as equal as men. If you still think slavery controls your life, of course it's going to control your life. But you got to stop. You got to move past it.
I think that he was... I think a lot of his where he was coming from is that we've got to learn to move past the past, move forward. We got to learn to forgive. Like, we don't have to forget, obviously, what happened.
But
just because I'm a white man doesn't mean I, want to make you work for me. That's not like...
Well, unless I own a business.
Yeah,
in
unless
which
I own a
case I
business
wanna
and you're
hire
qualified
you.
to hire. Yeah, absolutely. But
But
I'm
most
not going to
people
make you a
don't-
slave.
Most people don't want. Most people don't want to just. They want to move on. They want to go forward.
Nobody wants to move. What are you talking about? That's the problem. Is nobody wants to move
Okay,
on. Nobody
white
wants to let it
people
go.
Want you guys?
No, they
to move.
don't. White
Okay,
people don't
yeah,
want
yeah.
shit. There's racist people out there. There's racism both ways. It's not just white on black racism. It's black on white and blah blah blah. There's racism all over the world, and you know it. I said it again.
Say it numerous
I'll
times.
say it numerous times. And this statement resonates with me because words only have the power that you give them.
Mm-hmm.
Because when somebody calls you stupid, it's like, okay, well, I gave that person the power to hurt me because I took their word and it hurt me. And it's like, well, but they're just saying words. I'm just saying words right now. I'm just saying words. That's all I am. You probably already are mad at me. You probably haven't listened for 10 minutes because I said something 10 minutes ago that you emotionally took and that triggered an emotion of rage.
And you just
And now
shut
now
off.
you don't hear anything. And that's
Yeah.
what happens is you hear something. Kanye West said slavery was a choice. You took 5 slavery was a choice, 4 words out of a 45-minute thing that he did. I don't know how long the thing was. But 4 words pissed people off. 4.
And that's the only thing that happens in the media is those 4 words is slavery is a choice. And that's all that's going around. But it's like you as a person have to go there and find out details for yourself because everybody has a narrative. Mm-hmm. Everybody has a story that they need to get through.
I can twist
and they're
anything to fit my narrative.
Yes.
Anything can be twisted to fit your narrative and where you want to come from.
We've talked about this before,
Yeah.
and it's just like all you have to do is take one edit from one of our clips, and guess what?
We could be Nazis.
Yeah.
Like, that's exactly what it is. You could find something where I'm doing something and make it look like I'm a Nazi. Because I probably put my hand up somewhere, somehow, and it could be taken as a Nazi salute. And it's like... It's just amazing how we're all programmed. And if you think differently, you're considered crazy. Because a lot of people are calling Kanye West... Okay, I'm
not saying that Kanye West isn't crazy, but holy
I don't know
crap,
him, but what he was saying
did
here...
he say...
And when somebody actually sat down and took logic to what he was saying, and
Wow.
actually took the emotion out of it, which you should do when you're trying to logically think about something...
I was shocked.
I was
by the
very
end of
shocked. I
this.
watched the video and I went...
Yeah.
I texted him and I said, wow.
Yeah,
What a
I know.
video.
I know,
Like-
and it's just like, holy crap! Like, just even like after the video, I was like, okay, I want to talk about it, so we're going to talk about it. And then I was like, okay, I got to know a little bit to make sure that I know what the hell I'm talking about when I talk. So I went through and started looking up dates and stuff, and it was like, wow, slavery has actually been illegal since 1865, and it's just like, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
I'm not that well versed in American history, so
I'm not well versed in slavery because slavery hasn't been a part of my generation or generation before mine. I don't look at slavery and
Yeah.
go, this is an important aspect of my life.
I thought slavery went a little bit farther, but it didn't.
Who said he mentioned something in the video about somebody? I think it was Natalie Portman saying that the Holocaust was no worse than any other genocide, and people got all mad about that. And it's like, well, she's right.
She is right.
It is right. The Holocaust was no worse than any other genocide in the world history, because, well, they're all genocides. Mm-hmm. Like they're all just logically think about that for a second.
But if you're part of a group, we understand. I understand it at the very least. Is that it affects you more than somebody else's problems, and you can try to sympathize, but you cannot be a part of that. Now, you still have to be able to go, you know what? It's happened. Let's not forget, but I got to move on with my life.
Yeah.
Because if I hold on...
Imagine being hung up on your first girlfriend. Like, imagine how, hard that would, you don't let that go.
True enough.
You know what I mean? You don't let that go. How are you going to move on with your life? How are you going to develop more relationships?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's the same kind of concept. You know, if we're hung up on the past and how everything in the past goes, it's like, how can you move forward and be happy? You know what I mean? And you can take that philosophy and you can morph it into and apply it to any aspect of life. Maybe I'm sounding like a complete quack, but you know, if you're a fan of a sports team, and you know, I've compared it to this. I'm a fan of the Edmonton Oilers. Our past has been really bad, but I can't sit there and look at that. I got to look at forward, and I got to go, well, is there hope? I hope so. And it's like, even at your darkest moments in your life and whatever, you got to be able to just, you got to move on and do what you have to do to move forward, because if you don't, you're gonna constantly be, I don't know where, in some fucking weird place. Like, it was very, I don't know, it was very interesting.
Very interesting.
He said a lot of things like, we're trapped in a mental prison, and I went, oh, that's good.
No,
That's
like
good.
I gotta admit,
Write that down.
He had an incredible insight to everything that was going on.
I didn't watch the whole TMZ like interview or whole TMZ clip, so I like
way more than I would have ever given Kanye West credit for, considering some of the things he said on Twitter and in real life.
I would never have gone down
wow.
this direction, because I knew that clip that was going around. I knew, I'm like, as soon as I saw it, I went, that's taken out of context. I knew 100% that the media was taking it, clipping it, trying to fit their narrative. Everybody did it. TMZ, CNN, they all did it.
Mm-hmm.
And I went, okay. And I just kind of was like, I'm not even going to go down this rabbit hole until you showed me this video. Said, we're going to talk about it. So I went down the rabbit hole, and I went, see? It confirmed what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
But it said it. This dude, he kind of gift wrapped it real nice.
He did, actually. And it was a brilliant summary of the whole thing.
He was pretty much that, and that's what he said. Kanye, what Kanye was saying made sense. He just didn't deliver it properly.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's what I can do too. I can say things. And
delivery means a lot, and if you screwed up delivery, the message is often lost.
Yeah, the message is lost, but the message can get lost anyways. Anyhow, you know.
Check out the video. Strongly recommend it. Brilliant. Like, my opinion of Kanye West has skyrocketed after this. I was like,
I look at Kanye and go, okay,
good for him. He is a successful man.
It's good. Yeah, it's great
husband,
for him. Yeah.
He is a father, and he's successful.
And that's what he's trying to be.
He's deserving.
He's just trying to be the best person he can be.
Mm-hmm. And he's doing
and he's doing fine.
Just
because he has odd opinions, like, doesn't make him like a weirdo. Like,
it doesn't make him any less of a person. You know, it really doesn't.
Yeah. And so and the bottom line, all you can do is be the best person you can be.
Mm-hmm.
And because that's all I try to do. I try to wake up, be the best person I can be. I can't change the world. Well, I guess you could by being the best person you can be. I don't know. It was very interesting.
Yes, it was.
It was very eye-opening.
Yeah, no kidding.
I don't know how many views that video has that this guy did, but it should have like bazillion.
Yeah,
because but you know what would happen? People would watch that video and they would watch like 3 minutes of it and be like, no, because they would get enraged because this guy's trying to defend Kanye of slavery and stuff like that, and then your emotion would get the best of you. Anyways, go check the video. We'll link it in the description below.
Yeah.
Thank you, whatever your name is, Avan, whatever.
Sargon Avocado.
Thank you for putting out that video. Appreciate that. Shout out to you. Thank you for giving us a little bit of content here.
That was
sorry to hear about your lawsuit.
yeah, I've been following it actually.
I gave him a follow on the YouTube because of this video. So
yeah, cool.
Check it out. Thanks for watching.
Okay, see ya.